Studio check.
Frequencies check.
We are live on air.
You are listening to the In Fact Blessing the Airwaves. Take the journey into the world of sports, news, entertainment, while embracing the hottest beats on the planet. Rocking the mind, body, and with energy, electricity, and a splash of controversy. Now, without further ado, it's our pleasure to bring to you
The biggest show in the world.
The biggest show in the world.
the biggest show in the world, the SBTV Nation.
I wear a mean dark pair of shades, and you can't see my eyes unless my head is bent. You dig?
SBTV Nation, Terrence Mack and the whole North Carolina faithful, it is time to stand up.
Dream,
Represent.
you know what? Congratulations on calling the North Carolina Tar Heels to win the national championship before it even started. You know what? I got to give you some credit, man. You know, it is what it is. But I called the Zags, but I thought the Zags were going to play Kansas and not North Carolina. I thought Kansas were going to do it, but I was close. You obviously won the big prize.
We should have combined our brackets.
Oh, I know, right?
Dude, if we had combined the brackets, went in like a little bit, you know, in the bracket contest, and I didn't even have the right side of the bracket right. You know, I mean, I had the other side dead right, but I ended up winning, you know, I still won a couple $100 off my bracket contest.
Oh, good for you, man. Good for you.
It's nice, yeah.
Good evening to everybody. We are the SBTV Nation, and it is Friday Eve. Dream, have you started drinking yet?
I have not started drinking. You know, I'm really strict about my drinking during the week. I try not to do it, gang, because I try to live somewhat of a healthy lifestyle, a little bit of balance. I know I'm going to tear. I don't have the kids this weekend, so I'm probably going to tear it up.
Nice.
And right now with this whole dating thing going on.
It's not the only thing you're tearing up. I'm sure you're not, brother. Yeah, and you know what?
Oh.
I've gotten really lucky, and I'm happy to learn that I can have another cheat meal this weekend. So, guys, I'm on this major slim down thing. I got a personal trainer and everything. I've dropped 14 pounds already.
Dope.
14 pounds, and I'm awarded a cheat meal, so I am going to absolutely murder. You know what? Last time I ordered a cheese curd burger from Buffalo Wild Wings with wings, onion rings, and fries, and it was absolutely outstanding. And I left there like they had to roll me out of there. So,
Pat, by the way, nothing at Buffalo Wild Wings is absolutely outstanding.
I think the
Not
wings
even
are
the
dope.
waitresses. Not even our waitress we used to have a dope waitress.
Yeah, right.
And we progressively watched her eat Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yes.
As she has progressively gotten worse every season.
Yes, pretty much. I mean, listen, you know, because what happens with the waiters and waitresses in the back is anytime food gets sent back and nobody touches it, it's wide open for the cooks and the staff, Dream. So anytime they get a little...
She ain't been taking hers back to the back.
Well, oh, yeah, you know what? She's purposely messing up orders so they could send them back so she can murder them in the back. There you go.
She's working hers right here on the side, on the floor. I'm surprised she don't sit down at the table with us and just start eating.
You know what, though? When you eat a little bit more, sometimes it works to their benefit, though, Dream.
Yeah, it does work to your benefit. In some diets, some diet plans, it does require you to eat a little bit more. I'm on that 6 small meals a day, which is a pain in the neck.
Right. That's where I'm at. Yeah.
A lot at one setting, but I do get to eat frequently.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, it is hard to do the 6 meals. I mean, being so busy, it's tough to get them all in, but you just got to work really hard.
Two protein shakes and a protein bar, or 2 protein bars and a protein shake. That makes up 3, and then the others are actual solid food.
Oh, okay. Good for you, man. You're doing a lot of the 99% lean chicken. That's what's been doing it for me. But, guys, you got to drink a lot of water, too. And it's very, very frustrating when you use the bathroom and then you're like 10 minutes down the road and you got to use it again. It's crazy. But, hey, it is what it is. And, Dream, you know, because we're 3 months away from the summer. Actually, 2 months.
If you don't like water, I murder club soda.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So
I kill club soda with a lime. I kill it. Even Hat knows. We go out to the bar. I order, I'll have like a vodka and soda. And then my next drink will be a plain club soda. It just mix and match. So that way you just cut the content of it out just a little bit.
I get it. So let me ask you a question, because I sent you this text last night. And I want to know, I just want to have the same conversation with you that we did with Dr. Dan on Monday. Yeah. You were claiming that the Cleveland Cavaliers are having major problems. Now, all of a sudden, you know what? They go in, and you know what was even more funny about this, Dream, is that they were a 4-point underdog playing the Boston Celtics. I'm sorry, but maybe not so fast.
All right. But see, now what's funny is you want to talk about the text that you sent me last night.
Yes.
Let's talk about the text that I sent you on
Oh, no, you don't.
Tuesday night.
I'm go speak it. It was
because I already tracked it Tuesday.
You did.
I went and looked at it. It's a shame that we couldn't got on, and I probably should have tweeted it, but I didn't. I get busy, guys. It's kind of we both got a lot of life going on. But I saw the fact that the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's see, who did they play Tuesday? I'm sorry. Let me go back real quick and look so we got the information right.
No, you called 2 wins.
I know. On Tuesday night, the Cavs played the Magic in Cleveland. And I told Hat, I said, if the Cavs are playing the Magic, if they beat the Magic when they play the Celtics on Wednesday, it would be to retake the lead for a home court in the East.
Right.
I said, I got the Cavs winning tonight against the Magic, and I got them winning the next night on Wednesday night as well. I had them beating the Celtics. And even Jim Roman's the douche asked me last night who I liked, and I did tell him I liked the Cavs, but I was taking the money line, but it was because I was up quite a bit, from the national title game. And I really, I'm funny with the Cavs right now because it's really hard to
gauge what they're going to give you.
Gauge what you're going to get with them
Yeah,
because you don't know what their attitude is. You don't know because you mentioned it the other day. That they care about winning the East.
Well, you know what? I mean, now is crunch time. They've won 4 in a row now, Dream. I mean, you've only got, what are we, 78 games in now? So what do we got, 4 games left? I mean, they're running neck and neck. So, guys, go out there and win. Just go out there and do what you do best, and that's winning, And they did it without Tristan Thompson last night, Dream.
Well, considering Tristan Thompson screwed up the other night.
Well, you know what? LeBron took the ball into his own hands and scored a lot of points and just was the human highlight reel last night, Dream. So it worked out pretty well for him.
Well, so we got, apparently the NBA, they're going to Thursday, April 13th.
Okay, so we got a week left.
So Wednesday the 12th is the last of the regular season games. And then from there, the playoffs will start. And we'll have the appropriate seeding and everything will be figured out. So we've still got a few games left with the NBA. But I still happen to agree with Hat in that while the Cleveland Cavaliers probably want to win home field and want to win the East, I don't think that it's a priority for them.
And I hate that. I absolutely hate it. I mean, we saw it 2 years ago with the New England Patriots when they had to go into Denver and try to win. It's the same kind of thing. Now, I can't. Dream, I'm sorry. I don't see the Boston Celtics challenging the Cleveland Cavs. I just don't. I think the matchups are bad. I think Crowder has all kinds of problems with my boy. I think even the coaching of the Celtics, I'm not that bad. I think this guy's done a great job. And I'm not a big Tyronn Lue fan, but you know that LeBron James runs that team. So it's almost like, you got a better leader is what I'm saying in the Cleveland Cavs.
Well, you got an on-the-court leader. I do like the coaching staff of the Celtics, but you know me, at the time when they were trying to do the trade deal, I was dying for the Celtics to try to get Butler from the Bulls. He would have been a perfect fit. The Celtics are one link away from being a formidable force to oppose the Cavs in the East. They are one piece of the puzzle away. They need that one more dynamic scorer. Had they gotten Butler, man, it would have been great for them.
I know.
The thing about the Celtics, though, firepower hat. I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, Isaiah Thomas is great, but, the thing is about Boston Celtics is that they know how to win on the road, Dream. That's the key ingredient to their success. They're 5 games over 500 on the road. So, that's a lot.
I agree with you. They are not built to play a matchup for them.
It is a bad matchup. I agree.
It's a bad matchup for them. And you couldn't be more right on point with that comment, because when you made that comment, I'm like, you're absolutely right about that. It is a bad matchup. Gang, if you're looking to get something in now, if you're looking at this Bulls-Sixers game, which I am very much looking at tonight, just so you know, Rajon Rondo is out versus the Sixers with a wrist sprain. Rajon Rondo is out if you're taking the Bulls against the Sixers. This is an important game as the Bulls, the Pacers, and I believe the Miami Heat all have the same record. And we can get into that right now as I'm talking about it. I'm going to pull it up. But the Bulls need to win this game. Bulls, Miami Heat, Indiana Pacers all have the same record right now. Bulls need to win this game. I mean, it's a Sixers team that's already been eliminated. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, the guys are going to be out there playing for a little bit of pride, but pride should not be enough to withstand a team that's trying to solidify their stance for the playoffs. So the Bulls, it behooves them to win, because should they lose and the Indiana Pacers win tonight, the Bulls will then flip spots with them and not be in as of right this second. So if you're keeping an eye on that, just so you know, Rajon Rondo's not in the lineup tonight.
I have to be honest with you when I look at something in the Eastern Conference standings. Miami Heat, Chicago Bulls, Atlanta Hawks, 6, 7, and 8 seeds. Dream, I'll be honest with you. I think either one of these teams can beat a 4 or a 5 seed or a 3 seed.
I do not.
You don't think so? So you think the Raptors would beat the Bulls?
I'll give you a pass with Atlanta, maybe.
Okay.
Only because they have that prototypical, they got Dwight Howard, big man, but I can't stand the way he plays. Mm-hmm. But they do have that. The rest of them, the Bulls and the Heat, Bulls and the Heat they can't beat. They're not going to beat the Raptors or the Wizards. No way.
You don't think so?
Nope.
All right, because you're looking at it here. To win the East, the Chicago Bulls are 75-1, and Atlanta 75-1, and the Miami Heat are 100-1. So hey, nobody's knocking off the Cavs. I don't think so anyway. But hey, if they get to an Eastern Conference Finals, you're in pretty good shape at those odds. Think about it. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, guys. Guys, we're live on Twitter right now, SBTV Nation and all the social media outlets, and we're getting ready. I like this new time frame because, we know a lot more about the point spreads. We know a lot more about the injuries. We know a lot more about, what's going to happen and where to put our money properly, Dream.
The problem is that we have to put them in while we're doing the show.
Right on. Exactly.
That's the only problem. So we're going to be making a rash decision. I might be like, hold up a minute. let me just put this play in before I tell you how I feel about it.
I agree with you on that. But all right.
That's the only other issue. But other than that, yeah, the time slot, it's different for me. Starting to work a little better. I'm getting in my groove a little bit with it. I was kind of excited to get on today. Felt rejuvenated. I've been talking to guys in the nation over the last couple of days. Me and Jim Romers are shit it up. Cash Action Bets, always talking with him. Terrence Mack hits me up all the time. Joseph Del Rosario, Vegas Girl 92661. Listen, I try to talk to as many of you guys as I can out there, in the couple of days off that we take in reference to what's going on in the sporting world. So it's definitely good. I couldn't wait to get on tonight, to be honest with you. I wanted
to great, man. Thing. And Philadelphia 76ers right now plus 175 on the money line, Dream. Hey, maybe they'll beat the Bulls tonight.
All right, so the national title game goes down. North Carolina wins. Meeks comes up big yet again. Your thoughts on Gonzaga?
You know what? They came so close. And you know what? It's just tough. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, Dream, first things first, I did call the under in that game. And it wasn't even close. And so Dr. Dan owes me a steak on that game. You know what I just saw? Dude, I said it 100 times, and I'll say it again. in that Arkansas game with North Carolina, the fact that they dug their heels in and played defense is Dream. That's what rode them to the title game, and that's what beat Gonzaga at the end. Defensively,
Dr. Dan has a litany of wagers spread all across Twitter with people. he got a wager with Bud Cheddar. He lost something to Bud Cheddar.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, he's a true gambler.
Dr. Dizzle, he'll bet on anything.
Oh man, and you know what? I'm almost thinking about flying out to Vegas and meeting him so he could take me to STK. Dream.
I gotta shut my boy Dick T down. I gotta say, listen, from now on, all your wagers are going through me.
That's it.
I want to book your wagers for you.
I know, right? Hold 'em, Dream.
Some of this stuff you just falling for now. You don't do a bracket challenge wager. It's just anything could happen with the bracket.
Oh man, I wonder if he stops at the dice game when he's walking through the hood, Dream.
I'll be honest with you, man. I do gotta tell you this. Your call on Kansas had me scared the second to the last game. I was like, yo. In the back of my mind, to me, Kansas was the most impressive team in the NCAA tournament this year.
Of course, and it did. They looked sick, and like the first two games, I was like, oh man.
Listen. I be on I forget who it was they played.
Purdue.
You know the game.
Purdue.
Was it Purdue?
Yeah.
Oh, it was Purdue. You're right. They blew the doors off of Purdue.
I know.
Kansas looks so good. I was really worried that Kansas was going to win. I said, "Wow, man, this is a real good look by Hat with this Kansas team." Because I didn't see that in them all season. I mean, yeah, I know I never liked Bill Self. I always talk about that, but still, the coaches are only they can only do so much as well. The players go out there and do it, and based on the way that Kansas was built and the way they were playing, being led with the point guard play, that's prototypical NCAA tournament winning style.
I know. I mean, I saw Mason the third. I thought he was the best point guard in the game. So,
I agree with you 100%.
So I said, 100%. You know what, and take the whole. And then I took into consideration, their experience from, a lot of players coming back from last year. So I was like, you know what, I think this team, and they didn't win a conference championship, just like North Carolina lost in their conference title game. Dream, it's the curse. It's hard to win both.
It's the curse.
It's the curse. It's hard. I mean, listen, it's maybe 4 or 5 years in a row now where a conference champion did not win the national championship. But that's what Gonzaga had going against it. That's for sure. So
it is the curse, and great job. Hats off to Gonzaga. I'm not gonna. I still think, and I don't care. I know people are going to get mad. People are going to say what everyone is saying, but Gonzaga, no matter what, still had the road less traveled. I mean, they got the easiest ride out of everybody. Arizona got taken out of their way for them. Duke got taken out of their way from them. Villanova got taken out of their way from them.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I don't think that they were as battle-tested, especially in consideration as North Carolina Tar Heels were, and it all came out in the pudding. Moving on. Once again, congratulations to the Tar Heels. Once again, congratulations. Roy Williams does get the job done, so, hey, big ups to him on that. Also, want to talk about, we didn't mention this at all, Patrick Ewing now takes over as coach of Georgetown, gang. In case you're not aware of it, John Thompson III was let go. They're moving forward with Patrick Ewing. As we know, Patrick Ewing played for the Georgetown Hoyas. Good to see him come back. He's been trying to get a head coaching job in the NBA for a minute. They haven't given him one yet.
Yeah.
He opts to go to Georgetown. I think that's a great look. Great opportunity for him. Great opportunity for the school. I felt like they needed a little bit of new blood. They needed some new coaching in there. This is a great move forward. Ewing's got a great relationship with the Thompsons as well. So this is like a perfect merger of ex-player, ex-athlete, legend, professional. The resume is great. It's a perfect marriage for them. So I wish them the best of luck moving forward with Pat Ewing as coach.
That's a big change, though, going from the NBA to college.
Well, I agree with you. It is. But you know what? It might suit Ewing better than if he was to get a head coaching job in the NBA.
You think?
It might. We'll have to see.
When's Oakley going to get a job?
Oakley's in the next WrestleMania.
when's he going to coach the Johnnies? There we go.
Oakley playing Johnny.
We need Oakley to coach the Johnnies. I think that'll work out for them.
Oakley fighting in the Gronk in the next WrestleMania.
Oh my God, Gronkowski comes out in WrestleMania. What a joke, dude. I don't know, man. What a joke that was. But the guy that won it was like a 50-1 shot, Dream. The guy that won the Battle Royal that Gronk invaded. Pretty crazy.
Listen, Gronk, say what you want about Gronk. It's like movie star, rock star, Gronk.
Yeah. Right on. He gets to do what he wants when he wants.
I don't care what anybody says. Gronk is having a ball. He markets his. Listen, the one thing I will say about Gronk, though, during the season, you don't hear no crap about him. He's not getting in trouble, not hanging out at the strip clubs. And if he is, we're not hearing about it, which is cool. Dude, trust me, you could have the banging this strip club right in your house because Gronk's house is probably like the size of my street. So it'd be just like, no, listen, go round up everybody, all the strippers, bring them to the crib. We'll have a big party after I'm done with practice. As long as you're keeping it indoors and nothing is happening, that's your business. I love that.
Yeah, right. Right, exactly.
But this dude, he is on the court. You cannot go. You cannot. The only thing you can say about him, injury prone. But injuries happen in the NFL. You can't get around that. Outside of that, dude is the consummate professional. Does his thing, and in the offseason, he has the ball. I mean, note to the rest of the NBA, NFL, and the rest of the professional athletes. Nobody's partying more than Gronk.
No.
And not getting in trouble. So whatever he's doing, check it out.
He had like a party cruise and everything, Dream.
I know. Dude is always partying.
He's killing it out
in
there.
Trouble.
Oh man, I'm jealous of the guy. I really am.
I'm mad jealous of Gronk.
Right on. So speaking of that, and speaking of WrestleMania, Dream, WrestleMania was 7 hours long. You believe that?
I do, and watch more than any baseball game that's taken off.
Yeah, right. You're very good point. Kid, there's no one in the seats right now, bro. None.
Dude, listen. Now, and for those of you that don't understand baseball's position on steroids, if you look at baseball right now, you might understand it because
yeah. Dream, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You can hear me?
Yes.
I'm saying, who the hell's playing?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean they got a bunch of games during the day, so I mean all the gamblers are definitely involved in it. Dream. Those are the only ones basically in the stands right now. The gamblers, kid, and the true fans.
The thing is there's name. If you're a sports guy, you know the names. You know Strasburg, you know Kershaw. You
Strasburg,
you know
who's that? Strawberry?
Strasburg, I'm sorry. Strasburg, my bad. Strasburg.
Wow. Who's Strasburg's son?
Here's my point. See? I messed up his name. I don't even really know his name. My point is they've got no names right now. Like, there's nobody right now ambassadoring this sport and bringing it to the forefront, man. That's a problem. Like, you need, in hoop, you got LeBron, Curry, Kevin Durant, Westbrook. You got the names of the greats, that are doing their thing. Football, I mean, we could go on for days with the names of football. Baseball, you got Kershaw. Okay, I get it. Bumgarner, yeah, a little bit. But after that,
Chris Sale.
Baseball watcher, it's not like a few years ago you had, Giambi, Bonds, Sosa, who else had? Jeter. I mean, there were some names that were helping to personify the sport and to uplift the sport. It's not happening right now.
Well, we could have the conversation with the evil genius because I'm think he's gonna tear you apart about that.
Because he's gonna be biased, but yeah,
he's gonna say DeGrom.
No, I know he's gonna give me like the third baseman in the Cleveland Indians. Like, Dan, I'm not talking about you. I'm saying the average person out there right now doesn't know who the hell's playing on these teams anymore. I turned on the Yankees the other day. I mean, yeah, I knew a couple of the guys, but I'm looking at these guys like, who the hell is this?
Well, you want to inject them with steroids and have home run derbies out there, Dream?
I don't know, man. They might have to get the roids popping again, dude, man. They need to listen. The steroid era. Say what you want about it. It put baseball back on the map.
It was exciting. I got to give it to you. But
you turn on the TV every night to see if Sosa hit a home run or Bonds hit a home run, McGuire. I mean, baseball was exciting. You had Clemens throwing the ball at people and Piazza throwing the bat. I mean, come on. Listen, that era of baseball, it was exciting as all hell. A-Rod worried about, is he going to get in trouble again, or what girls he got in the stands? I mean, baseball was dope then.
Right on. Well, you know what? It's time to make some money in baseball, because I got to be honest with you guys. I've been doing a lot of dog plays, and it's not for a lot of money right now because obviously I don't want to get caught out here. But, in the beginning of the baseball season, I'm going to pick apart the brain of the evil genius on this. But, Dream, these are all new teams now. So, I mean, the underdogs being set, it's become a profitable thing in baseball. A lot of the underdogs have been winning these games. And I'm talking, plus 140s, plus 190s, plus 180s, plus 130s, stuff like that. So, hey, listen, I mean, if you go 1-1 and they're both plus 130, you made money. So that's something to take a look at, guys. Take a look at the underdogs right now in baseball. It's been doing pretty well.
My whole thing is NBA and NHL are jockeying for the postseason and about to go into the playoffs. Yep. Baseball's got 158 games still left. I hear you.
It's not bad.
I ain't doing it.
Just play dogs all year, bro. You'll thank me later. No, I don't know about all year. Listen, the lines will correct themselves. But I can tell you this much: when I go to put bets in, Dream, the lines change like 12 o'clock for like the 1 o'clock games. They change like every second, so it's almost impossible sometimes to put the play in because the line keeps changing. And they're like, nope, you got to correct. This line has changed. Blah blah blah. You know how it works. So it goes from like a plus 115 to like a plus 112. I think there's a lot of action going on in baseball, to be honest with you.
Sure, there's about 50 guys playing.
Right on.
Dr. Did and that whole fantasy group that I got, they talk all day long, by the way. I had to finally check out of that. Dr. Did, for you who don't know, we did start a fantasy league that I somehow in a way got coerced into. I don't know how I'm in it still, but I did get in it. And they talk all day long in there about baseball.
Nice. You what'd you do? You did you bow out, Dream?
I had to bounce out of the group because my phone was sending me mad because when they send something, you get a notification on your phone.
Oh yeah, I'm
getting all these notifications and they're just sitting there just kind of shooting the crap around, talking about so and so is booty. Oh, this one's dusty. Oh, look at it. So, dude,
this one's got a 1.48 whip.
It's like 7 o'clock in the morning and you're asking Dizzle for play. I'm trying to get my kids on the bus. Cats are looking for baseball plays at 7 a.m.
Wow. Nice.
Y'all need to get to a program.
Right on. Well, Dream, you know what? Since we're talking about baseball, why don't we get into a little bit of baseball here?
Sure.
Since we can do it here. So I'm going to pull up the matchups here, guys. Obviously, there's been a lot going on so far. And a lot of games today, Dream, so far.
Just a quick recap of what's already gone down. The Cincinnati Reds beat the Philadelphia Phillies 7-4. In case you guys don't know, Minnesota Twins beat the Kansas City Royals 5-3. Colorado Rockies beat the Brewers 2-1. We also have the Chicago Cubs beat the Cardinals 6-4. The White Sox beat the Detroit Tigers 11-2. The Dodgers beat the Padres 10-2. Looks like the Padres are going to stink still this year.
Yeah.
So some things have
They
changed.
won last night at a plus 190, though.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oakland A's beat the Angels 5-1, and that's your baseball scores up until now, with about 5 games left to be played.
All right, sounds good. And you know what? Dan turned me on to this last year. I believe it was 2 years ago, I want to say. But this guy Boyd for the Detroit Tigers, Dream, you could fade him and bet the unders anytime. I'm sorry, the overs anytime you want. He gave up, what is this here? 9 runs. I don't even know if they might have taken him out before that. Hold on. Let me just take a look here. But Boyd got crushed, murdered. No, 5 earned.
Against Adam Vinatieri today.
Yeah, 5 earned runs. 5 earned runs in 2 1/3 innings. His ERA right now is 19.29. So Boyd is the guy that you bet the overs, just so you guys know out there. So there's a lot of, you know what? There's been a lot of pitchers we've picked on over the years, Dream. We've done pretty well.
Dope.
You know,
Yeah.
So that's something to take a look at as well.
Pictures.
All right, so just pulling it up here, guys. I want to take a look at what we've got coming up on the baseball card. Hopefully, the Evil Genius sends us a couple of photos here. But the Red Sox game was postponed, so we don't got that going on. The Mets game, I don't know. It says 49 degrees here and cloudy, but I can tell you this much, guys. We're on the verge of losing our power here in Connecticut. That's how bad it's thunderstorming and raining here. We're only like an hour away from there. Dream, you think the Mets game's going to happen?
Game is going on. They've already canceled the Red Sox game.
Yeah, right. But that's the other way.
I don't know that that Mets game's going to go down. I mean, yeah, it says a 7:00 start. Dude, it's keep tearing up outside. I'm surprised I'm still on.
Jaime Garcia versus the Dark Knight Matt Harvey. So far, neither one of these teams have batted over 200. The Braves averaged about 1.197 in the New York Metropolitans .171 on the year, Dream. So that's why the total is so low at 7. And the ERAs for the Mets, I mean, dude, tied 3rd overall, 1.29 team ERA. So that's pretty good. That's 1.29 runs every 9 innings. So, you know what? I think the under looks like I can understand why the line is 7. Will I play it? Absolutely not. But I can understand it, and I see it. Next game on a ticket, you got Marcus Stroman and the 0-2 Blue Jays versus the 2-1 Dream, the Devil Rays.
Double Rays.
Looking like they're trying to make some noise here and prove everybody wrong with Snell on the mound.
Yankees.
Yeah. Yeah, Toronto's looking for their first win. Toronto's favored -136, under over of 8. Any thoughts on this game, brother?
Stop.
No, you good?
I'm very good.
You're very good with it?
Especially with the Rays, because everybody told me the scouting report on the Rays was Chris Archer was awful. The Yankees were going to beat him week 1, the game 1. Chris Archer came out, looked like Sandy Koufax.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, I mean, they're scoring a lot of runs, Dream. Tampa Bay Rays are.
They are scoring a lot.
So, all right, we're going to move on here. We're going to talk about 2 more games on a ticket. We've got the Seattle Mariners, who are 0-3 right now, versus the 3-0 Astros. And Houston's -162, under over of 9. Seattle's got to be hungry to get their first win, huh?
Definitely hungry to get their first win. Don't know that they're going to get it, because it looks like Houston has made a real emphasis. Came out of the gate. Remember, Houston had that problem with winning at home last year, remember?
Oh, yeah. It was on the road. They couldn't. Yeah, no. It ended up being both towards the part of the season, but on the road they were brutal.
But they had a very disappointing year last year in comparison to the year prior. And it looks like they've come out and they've decided that they're going to, get things different and get things going in the right way this season. And so far it's worked like a gem, as they've, 3-0 right now and look really good. Don't forget, Seattle, Felix Hernandez goes down, I believe, the first game. He's on the DL, I believe.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm almost positive he's on a DL with some kind of injury there. So they did lose their ace right there. Also, one of their other pitchers, I believe, is Smiley. He's on the DL, started off on the DL, the 60-day DL as well. So they've been hit at the pitching mound right out of the gate.
All right, sounds good. So I'm pulling this up here. I just want to see team runs so far. how they're doing as far as what they're scoring. So I'm pulling it up, team stats. If you give me 1 second, guys, team batting, team pitching, because I'm looking at some crazy numbers. Is it my understanding that they've already put up 10 runs here? They're tied 11th overall. The Houston Astros, their ERA is only 1.16 per game, Dream. That's second overall. And you know what? The batting average of the Seattle Mariners, 0.145. Ugh. You're not winning the games doing that, guys. That's for sure. Dream, I think I'm going to take a shot with the dog here on Seattle.
Okay.
I think they get a win. Moving on here to the other game, we got the Giants and D-backs. Samardzija versus Robbie Ray. Arizona slightly favored -105 with an under-over of 9.5. The San Francisco Giants, Dream, are 1-2.
You're wondering if the San Francisco Giants could implement Bumgarner into their lineup?
Yeah, right. He did want to do the home run derby last year, remember?
He may be their best bat.
Yeah, right. He's the hottest bat right now. Exactly. So, I don't know. Taking a look at it. I mean, you know what the thing is, man? They're giving up a lot of runs. 5.26 runs, Dream, per game. The team ERA for the San Francisco Giants, and I just don't know if they have enough firepower to compete with that. 1-2. This is the team that I know that you hate to bet on. This is the team that punches you in the face time and time again. And any chase players, they have murdered. The San Francisco Giants have completely single-handedly murdered bankrolls with chase systems. I know for a fact because I've actually listened to a couple of people that have done it over the years where they've lost 7 games in a row, 8 games in a row. Don't chase, especially if you're taking favorites in baseball, Dream. Don't do it.
Okay.
No, because think about it. If you're a -140 right out the gate, okay, so now you got to lay $140, make $100. Let's say you want to make $100 on a chase system. So now you got to win $240 on the next round. And let's say you're -140 again. So you got to lay something like $320. And it just keeps compounding and compounding, especially with a favorite. It's not a good look, Dream. Not at all. All right.
I love when cats want to give me baseball tips because that would be the same as giving me tips for betting on the horses.
Get it, man. Get it. Why don't we move over to the NBA and see if we got anything up our sleeves? All right, Dream. Let's get more into your realm here.
A little bit more into my realm.
All right, so I'm going to pull it up right now, guys, so just bear with us as we do that. This is the NBA, and we have 6 games on the ticket. Dream, they start in 18 minutes. We got 3 starting in 18 minutes. You got the Brooklyn Nets at the Orlando Magic. Orlando's -1.5. Any shot at taking the New Jersey Nets, Dream?
A little bit more excitement.
No,
Never. There's a shot at taking the Magic, but I wouldn't do it. But I would never take Brooklyn. Brooklyn's dreadful.
Any interest in taking the Chicago Bulls at the Philadelphia 76ers? What a scary game that is.
Chicago Bulls at the Philadelphia 76ers, as I just mentioned. The Bulls are in a 3-way tie right now with the Pacers and with the Miami Heat, looking for that spot to solidify themselves into the playoffs. You're not going to get a lot of gifts. You got about, 7 games left of basketball left.
Yep.
The Bulls, this is a game that the Bulls need to win because it can get tricky down the stretch. They're going to need to come all out. Sixers are eliminated, so the only thing they're going to be playing for is pride. Maybe, to make sure, they got a spot in the team next year. And coaching staff's going to look to try to do a couple of things. The Bulls, this is a game they got to have. Go out there and win this game. I like the Bulls tonight. I think this is a solid play. I would just get rid of I got 5.5. I'd have to get it. You know what? I'd buy it down to 4 just to be safe. I think you're going to be good anyway, but I like the Bulls. If you want to money line this, though, I got an idea to take this in a money line spot with one other game, and that's going to be on the ice. I do like the Bulls.
And the 76ers are banged the hell up, man. See all their injuries here?
Too.
Wow. A lot of guys out for the Philadelphia 76ers. You know what? I mean, obviously, D. Wade is gone and Rajon Rondo is out of the game. But, I don't know. You might be onto something there, Dream. I think the Bulls, I think their bench. Because you basically, besides Jimmy Butler and Mirotic, I mean, you got a lot of bench players going right now. So, this is a game you shouldn't be playing.
Why not?
This is really a game you shouldn't be playing. I don't
Okay,
know.
well, why not?
Because so many injuries here.
But the Bulls are trying. As long as Jimmy Butler's not injured,
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
good because I know he's the best player on the floor by leaps and bounds.
Dream, there's too many.
Right?
There's too many intangibles for me in this game.
Too many intangibles. Well, it's not a lot of intangibles for me. I like the Bulls tonight to beat the Sixers because the Sixers are one and decimated with injuries and 2 days stink.
Yeah.
All right, the Bulls are trying to, like I said, to solidify themselves in the playoffs. And as long as Jimmy Butler's playing, which I know that he is, I think that he could beat the Sixers probably by himself.
How important of a game is this to the Indiana Pacers, who have the same record as the Bulls and the Heat tonight? And you know what? They're all kind of in this. They're all 38 and 40, and they're the 7 and tied for the 8 seed. So they're all tied. So what better way to do it than to win? The problem is they got to play the Milwaukee Bucks, who are not that bad of a team, Dream. I don't know if you've paid attention. They are 2 games over 500. They are one of the peskiest bunches out there.
Well, a couple of guys in the nation have talked about the Milwaukee Bucks beginning of the season and towards the middle of the season and talked about how strong they are.
Yeah.
This Pacer team, I don't know what happened to them. It's like, I don't know, they got off to a good start, then imploded, then kind of got it back, but then didn't, and it's just up and down with them, very inconsistent. They are 27 and 12 at home. The Pacers have always played fairly well in their house. This is a must-win for the Pacers, too. It's a great situational spot if you're into situational gambling. As, you know, the Pacers are in a spot that they got to win this game. It's going to be a tough game because they're playing Milwaukee. Milwaukee's not going to lay down for them. I think the Pacers get it done. I like the Pacers here as well. I'm not going to play this game, but I do like the Pacers.
All right. Well, they're missing Booty Roy Hibbert.
Yeah, no, that's
what's
why I like
happening. Yeah, right. They should have been better without him. I don't understand that either. All right, so a couple more games here. You got the Knickerbockers, who are hosting the Washington Wizards. This would have been a nice game to go to if you were in the Garden, you know, if you were in New York. But Washington -5, under over of 218, Dream. Wow. Wizards, what are you on?
I like the Wiz, not touching it. First of all, I will never bet on the Knicks ever. Maybe again.
Why not?
But I'm not, because they just, who cares? They don't care. I don't care. I'm not messing with the Knicks. The Wizards, you know, good, but I haven't had a lot of success. So I'm just going to leave it alone. But I like the Wizards tonight to win this game. I don't love it. The Wizards, you know, yeah, are you saying they're kind of playing for something, just for seeding? But, you know, it's between a 3 and a 4. They possibly can overcome the Raptors. I don't know. I have a deal with this to them, so it's not one. I'm not getting involved in this one.
All right, brother. Home team underdog on prime time. New York Knickerbockers, Dream. There's a lot of home team dogs here. Wow.
The Knicks are a different type of dog.
Yeah, I know. They're exactly. And it's just amazing with all that talent. I just can't believe
They're
it.
not your prototypical dog on prime time, the Knicks.
Yeah, I got it. All right. So, I mean, dude, listen to this. Derrick Rose, Noah, both gone, as you know.
Yes.
Lance Thomas out. Randall's out. You got Carmelo, Courtney Lee, Ron Baker, Maurice Nador, and Willie Hernan Gomez. Wow. There you go. Carmelo.
That's a dope line. Carmelo.
Yo, we gotta get a player prop on Carmelo tonight, son.
Dreams.
Let's see what Carmelo is. What's his player
And
prop
Melo
tonight?
could be a rap at 80 points. He could decide he had enough too, by the way. Right out of the gate in the first quarter, be like, yo, I'm out. Done with this.
You know what? What is he? Just out of curiosity here. What is his player prop tonight? Can you look that up?
Oh, let me get on it. I'm gonna get on it right now.
I want to see what the Washington Wizards are putting out there first off. Okay, you know, they got their boy Gortat, they got John Wall, they got Bradley Beal, the whole package there. Okay, but I want to see what they give up defensively first and see if this team is a really good defensive team. And then I'm going to do some investigation on if Carmelo's going to light it up in the Garden tonight.
You better hurry up. You better do it.
I know. It's a 7:30 game. I get it.
Carmelo will be
Yeah, right. The over is going over in the 6 of the last 7 Washington games, Dream.
Okay.
All right. So, and what are they giving up defensively, man? Come on. I got to get this. Guys, we're talking this stuff out because this is what we do and how we do it. And, I mean, Dream, Washington gives up 107 points a game. Do you know what his point total is yet?
I know. I'm looking at. Hold on, Bray.
I'm getting excited here, man. So I understand why the total's so high, guys, because both of these defenses pretty much stink. Knicks give up 108, and Washington gives up 107.5.
All right, here it goes.
There we go. There we go. Drum roll, please. I want to know what Carmelo's
you
point
want to know what
total
Jimmy
is.
Butler's is?
No. Get it.
Jimmy Butler's is 26. So I don't know. I was kind of loving the over for Jim.
Yeah, I know. That's a little heavy, though.
I expect him to go ham.
That's
Hold
a little
on,
heavy.
Here goes Knicks. Here we go. Knicks. Right
Knickerbockers.
here.
And you know what?
Ready?
If you shop it, you could probably find it better somewhere else.
Where's... Son, I got no Carmelo.
You got no Carmelo at all?
Nope.
Guys, who has it? Nation, tell me what book it's on. Who has the Carmelo Anthony player prop points for the night? Maybe they're scared to post it.
I got John Wall and I've got Bradley Beal. I don't know why they got
You got all the Wizards.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking for it, guys. Please help me find it, because you know what? It might. If it's somewhere in the low 20s, I'm gonna probably go over with that.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're scared. All right, so let's move on here. Boston Celtics at the Atlanta Hawks, brother. Atlanta's -1.5 at home. Boston coming off the loss to my boy and the Cleveland Cavaliers. What do you think? Boston
I'm
knows.
gonna do one of yours because you turned me on to, and I happen to agree with it as well. But you talk about a lot not liking to play teams off a loss in that bounce back spot.
Yeah, I don't really care for it as much unless
Yeah,
they've
and I
lost a
don't-
lot in a row. Then I tend to lean towards them. You know.
Right, and I don't either. And I don't like the fact that they just got beat last night. And then, take off and go into Atlanta. I mean, it's not like it's far or anything like that, but I don't know that they just turn it around that quickly. So I'm just going to stay away from this particular game.
All right. Any interest in taking the Portland Trailblazers, who are one game up
Portland
over
Trailblazers.
the Denver Nuggets? One game,
A lot
that's
of
it.
interest in taking the Portland Trailblazers. They've been on fire. They caught their little quick loss. Now they're back home. They were on a 6-game winning streak prior to that. I like the Portland Trailblazers. Timberwolves are come limping in tonight. I like the Trailblazers to win this game, and this would be a great game if you want to money line this game and put this with. If you want to put it with the Pacers and or with the Bulls or all three, it's probably a good look.
You know what? I'm thinking about getting it down to 5 and playing the Portland Trailblazers.
Like the Trailblazers a lot.
Getting it down to 5. Just because anything over 5, I don't like playing that much. Minnesota T-Wolves, guys, 11-26 on the road. And the Portland Trailblazers, Dream, have lost 2 in a row. I think that's a really good bet. I like the Portland Trailblazers tonight. I think they get the job done. Moneyline situation and a -5. I think that's where I'm at. Okay?
Right.
So, and if you can find the Carmelo player prop, I'd greatly
I
appreciate
can't. I'm
that.
done. I just went through it. Just they don't have it.
All right. So let's move over to the NHL and see. Dream
Got
playoffs.
Carmelo Anthony, and there's a crying Jordan right now.
Yeah, right. Let's see where it goes. All right, NHL.
NHL.
1, 2, 3.
Okay,
oh
so
my God! Look at all the games. Whew.
a lot of games in NHL, but listen, a lot of games in NHL, but don't go crazy because none of them mean anything. There's only a few games that mean anything. First of all, the West is all done. West is all set. Everybody knows who they're in, and everybody knows who's eliminated in the West. So now you got a little bit of jockeying, maybe for seeding, but that's it. To me, I'm not going crazy with teams playing for seeding. I'm just not doing it. So good luck with that. As far as the East is concerned, you have these 3 teams still alive, not 3, excuse me. You got Ottawa, Toronto, Tampa Bay, and the New York Islanders are all alive, and who happen to be playing in some interesting situational games tonight. Now, I do love the Toronto Maple Leafs this evening. They are playing Tampa Bay. Both teams are alive. Both teams are fighting for their lives. It's going to be a competitive game. However, the Maple Leafs have a little bit of momentum going into this game. I like the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight. I also haven't seen the Lightning play defense the way they were able to play, and they haven't been as crisp this season in their gameplay. I like Toronto to win this game, and Toronto is also home. I think Toronto gets this game won tonight. I just think they're going to be. I think that Toronto's going to want this game a little bit more than Tampa Bay is going to want it. It's a tough spot because both teams playing for their lives. But I'm going to go with the Maple Leafs.
You go with the Maple Leafs?
I'm going to go with the Maple Leafs. Elsewhere, you got the Ottawa Senators playing the Boston Bruins. Now the Bruins are in. The Senators are not. Senators are trying to get in. Down for the Senators. I don't know. So that being said, just going to leave it alone and have to watch this situation because I don't know what's going to happen tonight with this Bruins Senators game. Got to leave that alone. The other game, there's two more games to note that I like to look at. The other one is the New York Islanders are playing the Hurricanes. Hurricanes are done. Islanders are in. Islanders are trying to get in. Only problem is the Islanders are on the road and they're limping and there's no Tavares. I don't believe Tavares is playing it tonight. I probably should do an injury report real quick on that, but it's not one of the games that I'm looking at. I'm leaving it alone. But just in case you're interested, the Islanders are alive and the Hurricanes are eliminated. So Islanders obviously are playing, to try to get in. That's a great situation. And last but not least, Pittsburgh Penguins are playing New Jersey Devils. We picked on the New Jersey Devils all season. The Pittsburgh Penguins right now, I said I wasn't going to go crazy about the seeding. I'm still not. This is just a little look. If you guys are interested and you guys are out there playing this Devil team is all done. They haven't played well this season. The Penguins still could have a small shot at overtaking the Capitals. I don't think that they will, but it is a possibility. I'm not playing it, but I think the Penguins will beat the Devils tonight. That's all I got for hockey.
All right, that's all you got. Dream, I have searched high and low for this player prop thing, and I can't find it.
It's not there. It's Crying Jordan.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. There is no Carmelo Anthony total. And in this he's played 6 games in the last 10, and he's averaged 17 points. So I think it would be pretty low, and I think it would be a great bet to do. But whatever, it is what it is. Guys, if you find it, tell me which book it's on. I probably am on that book already. So I'll be more than happy to do it. So that's going to do it for us, Dream. Good show.
That is going to do it for us. Really good, good show. We left a couple little tidbits of comment out. Obviously, guys, in NFL, we'll make it into a little bit tomorrow. We've got a little bit of time. Tony Romo, not going to play this year.
Okay.
So Hat's happy.
Well, I was looking forward to betting against him.
Last talks, he was going to the Dolphins.
Yeah, right. Not. He going to the 49ers.
Last talks, they were talking with the Dolphins, so he said he'd rather not play than play for the Dolphins, which I don't necessarily blame him. Also, Marshawn Lynch is still supposedly in talks with the Raiders about coming back. We'll get into that. And Mayweather, Pac-Man 2. I told you it's going to happen. I'm still holding my hat that it's going to happen, and it's definitely going to happen before you see Mayweather fight Conor McGregor.
You think so, huh?
For me to dream. Hey, I want to thank everybody that's retweeted the show and has joined us this evening. Let me just pull that up real quick.
I heard they're getting closer with that Mayweather fight.
Which one?
With McGregor.
Yeah, okay.
I heard it's getting closer.
Joseph Del Rosario, Cash Action Bets, Terrence Mack, KMVU, Mario Martinez, Kevin Bookie, JC is out there, Eddie E is out in the house, Slim is out there as well, Darian Richard, just to name a few, Vegas Girl 92661, Jim Rome is a douche, Terrence Mack, Joseph Del Rosario, my boy Irvin, Sin City Maverick, and hey, gang, it's a dream. Always remember who you with. Make the most of each and every day because you cannot get this time back. We'll see you tomorrow.
It says Dana White feels he has to make the fight between Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor happen. I'm reading this live here from today.
Dana White doesn't even own it. He doesn't own UFC anymore.
Yeah, I know. But hey, they're trying to get their piece of the pie. Guys, enjoy your night. Enjoy your baseball. Enjoy your basketball. Go easy with the hockey. Whatever you do, get that money. Let's go.